Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. It is Monday afternoon, and I can see we've got people coming in from the waiting room, which is brilliant. Thank you guys so much for joining. Hi, everyone. Wonderful. We are back for another week of iView Learning webinars. Thanks everyone so much for joining. I can see everyone's coming in. I am conscious of time because these are, again, lightning sessions happening this week. So they are only short 15-minute sessions for us to kind of jump into a key piece of functionality in View. So I'm not going to spend too long introducing the session. I am just going to jump straight in. It is, like I said, going to be quite fast paced. So if anything I say doesn't make sense, anyone's got any questions or anything you want me to clarify in any more detail, then please feel free to shout using the chat box. Alternatively, you can drop me an email directly if you prefer. My email address is isabel.ball@aventido.com. My name's Izzy. I am iView Learning's product specialist, and today I'm just going to start off by introducing iView Learning, and then we're going to dive into some of the solution tutorials geared to support users around spelling and grammar with the pieces of assistive tech that they may have. That will make sense later down the line, but I'm just going to start initially by sharing my screen and taking you across to the Aventido website. This may have been where you registered for today's webinar. If you did, you might already be quite familiar with it, which is brilliant. If you didn't register for today's webinar on the website, I just wanted to make you aware of the events page. This is very much where our upcoming events are listed. Our in-person events are here. So we've got our Positive Dyslexia event coming up in April, along with our upcoming webinars. You can join me tomorrow where we'll be touching on Light Key, and then we're going to be back tomorrow again at 4 o'clock looking at some note-taking solutions in iView Learning. And then later on this or next week, apologies, we have our MindMeister and Neuroline webinar with some of our two new members of the team here at Aventido. So definitely worthwhile jumping on and having a look at some of our upcoming events. And the other section I just wanted to make you aware of was our resources page, in particular the DSA Resource Hub. This is kind of an area for you guys to be able to access to have your supporting resources, such as our overview videos, along with the product recommendation guides as well. So just an area I wanted to take you guys across to so that you are comfortable with where you can access those resources if they're applicable to you. Wonderful. I'm just going to start by introducing iView Learning to you before we dive into kind of the specific portion of what we'll be looking at today, which, like I said, is the spelling and grammar section of iView Learning. To introduce iView Learning to those of you who maybe are not aware, not familiar with what it is, essentially iView is a fully comprehensive library of easy accessible video tutorials designed to support users in fixing problems or learning gaps really quickly and effortlessly. And it's been built around the concept of something called the forgetting curve, which is a curve that kind of explains how us as humans forget new information over time. It's quite scary when you look at some of these statistics, but essentially it tells us that we forget 40% of new information within 2 hours. That rises to 70% within 48 hours, and after 5 days, 90% of new information is forgotten. So, that's kind of the concept that iView's been built off of. We know that students who receive their assistive technology receive that really valuable in-person one-to-one training, most of the time in person anyway. But the caveat to that is that after those 5 days, 7 days, weeks down the line, a lot of that information that those students, for example, would have received, some of that valuable knowledge that they would have been given, is sadly going to be forgotten. And poor memory recall is obviously a really key characteristic of dyslexic brain as well. So this is kind of the concept that iView's been built off of. iView kind of flies in with its Batman cape on, shall we say, to essentially support individuals around that concept of the forgetting curve. So I personally really like a scenario. So what I've done is I've just taken a student Ben on the right-hand side of my screen, for example. And let's say that he's in his second term at university, he's got an essay that's due tomorrow. He's working on that essay assignment and he's been creating a document using a mind mapping software. That's his bit of assistive tech that he's got. Let's say it's MindMeister, for example. And what he now wants to do is export the text and references to Microsoft Word. But he's struggling in being able to do that. He knows the software can do it. He knows it's within its capabilities, but the issue is he's struggling to remember how. And that, like I said, is where iView learning comes in those moments where you may be experiencing a learning gap, problem, you're struggling on how to do something, perhaps you've forgotten something, and that's kind of where iView fits in. So it's really simple and speedy and effective. So Ben can log in from the iView portal from any device, perform a really quick search for the solution tutorial that he's looking for. So in this case, how to export a MindView document to Microsoft Word. He's able to watch that tutorial, learn from it, and return back to his work. And that can all happen within about 90 seconds, which causes really minimal disruption to Ben's study time and his concentration. And that's the iView concept, really. You log in, learn it, and log back out. A couple of feature call-outs. I'm not going to spend too long on these, but each tutorial is recorded using the same professional voiceover artists. They're all produced in-house. You've got some great on-screen graphics that we'll see in action in a moment, which are designed to help enhance your learning. And you've got custom-made captions that are available for every tutorial as well, along with a supporting PDF guide that can be downloaded, shared, exported, whatever it may be. And there are also interactive tutorials available for users as well. A couple of finer feature mentions just to call out. So every user has access to a dedicated mobile app. I love that feature. It's such a huge bonus of iView learning. It's because I think we can all relate to the fact that as individuals we have our phones with us quite a lot of the time. Students in particular have their phone with them, perhaps even more of the time, shall we say. So it enables them to be able to have access to that support that iView gives them quite literally at their fingertips really, really easily. And what it's great for as well is if you've got a student that is doing an essay on their desktop or computer or laptop, for example, and they're struggling on how to do something, they're able to get their phone out, log into iView, find the solution tutorial, follow along on the two devices. So it saves them having to sort of massively deviate from the work that they may be doing on their laptop, for example. And the other feature call out is the quantity of content that you'll find on iView. So there are over 2,500 video tutorials available for every user, which is quite vast. And I think the more that's on iView, the increased chance that the problem you may be experiencing or learning gap that you maybe are encountering is able to be resolved through iView Learning, which is a really good feature call out. Wonderful. Hopefully that gives you a good sort of indication as to what iView learning is, how it works, and just sort of touching on a couple of those features. What I'm now going to do is share my screen and show you iView learning in action. And we're going to have a look at sort of what we're going to be covering today, which is the spelling and grammar sections of iView. She says when she can share her screen. Wonderful. Perfect. So this is iView Learning. You can see I've got it open in the web browser at the moment. Like I said, it can work across any web browsers or the dedicated Windows and Mac apps alongside your mobile app as well, if that is your preference as a user. We're brought through to the main dashboard page. I'm not going to spend too long on here. In fact, I'm not going to spend any time on here because today we're just going to be looking at the spelling and grammar tutorials that are available to individuals. So there's kind of two main ways that we can, well, maybe three, let's say three main ways that we can access any resources around spelling, grammar corrections, in that kind of jargon and that kind of world on iView. So the first one is through the My Software section. So it may be as an individual, let's say I'm the student Izzy, I use Likey massively to support me with my writing and my spelling and grammar corrections. So I've got that as a selected software because it's relevant to me as an individual. I can go onto the My Software section, scroll down until I find that particular software Likey, and I can interact with it through the View Module button here as well. So that's kind of the first area where we're able to access that spelling and grammar support on hand. The second section is going through to the learning page here on the left-hand side, pressing assistive tech and then selecting based on category. So we're just going to scroll down and we're just going to find that's grammar. Wonderful. Spelling and grammar and spelling and corrections there, and we'll just click off of that. Wonderful. And we can see the software that's listed here. It may be as an individual that I have Likey and I've got Global Autocorrect on my device, for example, or maybe I've got Claro Read and I've also got Likey, or maybe I've got Grammarly. And this is where all your softwares that are applicable to you are going to be popping up. I can then interact through pressing that all important go button, where I'm then brought through to that particular software. So we can see, like here's an example here, we've got the search bar at the top that I'm able to type and interact into. And then below we've got the listed solution tutorials. So it's broken down into different segments, and we're able to press the play button to view the tutorial, and we're able to view the PDF there as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on one of these as an example, and we're going to see iView in action.
In this tutorial, I'll show you how to use text prediction with LightKey. Start typing in a document. LightKey will begin predicting. If you want to accept the prediction, use your preferred prediction selection key, in this instance the Tab key. You can also set up LightKey to accept the Enter and right arrow keys in the preferences. Carry on typing. LightKey will only display one prediction at a time. To scroll through the predictions, hold Control and press the up or down arrows. Press Tab to accept the prediction. If you accept a suggestion for the last word of the sentence, even though there's space created, just press full stop. The space will automatically be deleted. The more you use LightKey, the more it learns from your writing. You'll notice it predicting more words at a time.
Wonderful. So that's us able to see kind of a solution tutorial in action then. So as a user that perhaps maybe is struggling with how to use text prediction in LightKey, I'm struggling with that, it's preventing me with my writing as an example, I'm able to come in, log into iView Learning and get comfortable through watching that solution tutorial and how to overcome that learning gap or problem that I'm experiencing. The third sort of section we're able to access that support is the Ask Assistant section. So this is a new section to iView Learning. We spoke about this and had a dedicated session on it last week. Anyone's got any questions, feel free to shout. This is kind of the one of two areas where we've got some new AI functionality happening. What I'm able to do here is I'm able to interact with the Ask Assistant section and say, look, I really need some help with my writing. We can see it's doing some thinking and it is pulling through some of my softwares that I've got here, and it's giving me links to those relevant solution tutorials. What I can also do is I can personalize it even further by selecting the likes of LightKey, for example. We can see it's thinking. Well, it's going to try and think. 1 minute, let me ask. I need some help with writing an essay for an example. It's doing some thinking, and then it's going to give me some guidance around how it can support me with my writing, how it can support me with my spelling and grammar, and it's linking back to those solution tutorials. So this is kind of the third section that you as a user can interact with to access those solution tutorials around your spelling and grammar correction functionality that maybe you are needing some support with. The one thing I will call out with this section, again, we covered this further last week, but the software that we've got here is software that's only applicable to you. So if you as an individual have only got LightKey as your spelling and grammar software and bit of assistive tech that you use, but actually you use Claro Read and you've got Grammarly, for example, then you need to make sure that you have those selected in your My Software section so that they pull through to the Ask Assistant area as well. Wonderful. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We are just about to hit 1:15. That was kind of like a 15-minute blitz, really, through iView Learning and the spelling and grammar correction tutorials you have access to. If anyone would like access to an iView Learning demo license, you will be asked to fill out a feedback form when you leave today's webinar. And the first question on there would be, Would you like an iView Learning license? Please feel free to tick yes in that box if you would like an iView Learning license. If everyone could fill out that feedback form as well with kind of what you enjoyed about the session, any ideas for upcoming sessions, any bit of functionality you quite liked, please feel free to do so. But that is it for today's session. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at some note-taking resources available across iView. We will do a very quick sort of 5-minute refresher for anyone new to the session on what iView Learning is. And then we'll be diving into kind of the specific topic of the session. But thank you everyone so much for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. I'll stay on for a moment in case anyone's got any questions or comments. Feel free to pop them in the chat box. Thank you everyone again. Lovely to have you on. So, thanks, Izzy. If I can't make it tomorrow's session, will I still get access to the recording? So, I will personally send you across the recording if I don't see you on tomorrow's session. So leave that with me. If I don't see your name pop up as one of the participants, I know your email address, so I will drop that across to you personally, the recording of tomorrow's. Thanks so much, Sue. Have a wonderful afternoon. Hope you've got some nice evening plans. Get out and enjoy a bit of the sunshine because it's still slightly sunny here in Devon. Not sure if it's sunny where you are, but enjoy. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Sue. Take care. Bye bye now.